When you're blue and kinda lonely too, you'll find a smile will go a long, long way. Though you're down, don't sit around and frown. A little smile will go a long, long way. Never grieve, just try to make believe the sky is blue, although you know it's gray. Don't you find it's just a waste of time? You'll find a smile will go a long, long way.
Time to turn those frowns upside down once again. Those news frowns. It's Ron and Jen's Great Escape. It's our attempt. Our attempt, and we try hard. We are hard triers.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
I don't think so.
We get at it. I think we really try hard.
I mean, we try hard not to be like everybody else.
That's right. That's right. Okay, we strive to please. You like that?
Okay.
We strive to
We're
please.
people pleasers.
You want to get on the microphone.
Oh, hello?
There we go.
Is that good?
That's much better.
Yeah.
How about these lame... Start off with... We have the Rhode Island School of Design right here in our own backyard.
Yeah.
And did you see the top 5 license plates that they're going to consider?
Can I just say, Ron, maybe you need to turn my mic up. Is it up? Or maybe it's, or the mics. I don't.
No, you're fine.
Am I good?
There you go.
I didn't want to say anything. It just sounds tinny, that's all. But maybe it's because I don't have a wool hat on for the first time in
Probably
7 months. So I didn't want to say anything, Ron. Those designs are so pathetic.
They're lame.
They are. They're so lame. I mean, it looks like they went into a bingo night at, St. Joseph's, and they said, hey, somebody, 5 of you gals, just make this real quick. And then
Is this the best we can do?
Right. You know what it is? It's boring.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Potato Head, and I immediately thought, this is so boring. What we had is actually better than what they're showing us now.
They're dull.
Super dull.
Yeah,
so who's on the committee?
I don't know.
Can
Probably
we know?
Somebody's
Is
cousin.
it super dull people?
Probably. They said they got a ton of submissions.
Are they playing it safe?
Of course they're playing it safe.
By picking the dull ones?
Wouldn't you love to see some of the stuff that was rejected, though? That's the stuff that must be really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, yes, of course.
News release.
Kate Nagel needs to get on that.
In a news release, the DMV said the winner of the design contest, quote, could replace the wave, but is unclear why or under what conditions the winner of the design contest would not become the new plate. What?
Yeah, so what's the point of the contest?
What is the point?
What's the whole point of this thing?
What's the point?
You know what? It sounds to me as though they didn't probably get as much feedback or submissions.
No, they got a lot.
Well, that's what they're saying.
That's what the journal said.
Right. I don't know what I believe these days. And the last thing, well, this happened, so we're telling you.
That's true, too. Hey, don't forget our weekly radio show. There's other stuff that we're up to, too.
Yeah.
Every Friday afternoon, 2 until 4. On 1540 WADK, it's 101.1 FM, and also everywhere, wherever you go. You can stream us at WADK.com. Also, we do a commentary every Wednesday for RINewsToday.com, and that drops at Wednesday morning. You can check it out. It's a commentary on all kinds of things.
What'd you write last week?
Dolly Parton.
Yeah, you wrote about Dolly Parton.
Betting on the NCAA.
Oh, I thought you meant betting, like My Pillow.
No, betting.
B-E-T-T.
Betting.
I was say, really? You wrote about sheets?
No,
That's
I
thrilling.
wrote about the record-setting pace of money being thrown at the NCAA. And people's brackets are already blown apart.
Yeah.
And by the time this thing drops, this podcast, we're recording it on a Friday. I'm all stew not with my dates. I don't even know what date it is anymore.
You know what?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, no, it's not crazy. I had to look. Yesterday I was driving to kickboxing, and I thought, what day is it? Am I going at the right time? I literally had to pull over and check. So I don't know if it's what's going on.
But how about... I say to myself...
Are we just losers now?
I don't know. I say,
I don't know.
It feels like Saturday. What does that even mean?
It
feels like Saturday.
You know what? That's an interesting thing, and I think we'll have to talk about that on the radio show too, to the program, because every day of the week has a specific feel.
Well, it used to for me when I was working, but I'm retired now for the most part.
Well, it changes a little bit, but it's still. I mean, Saturday mornings, you get up and the sun's coming up, hopefully, or if not, and there's always this ton of cartoons on.
What do you mean, if not?
Well, it's raining.
If it's not, it's the end of the world.
Well, that's
sun
true.
always comes up.
Speaking of which, I digress because I want to tell you what I wrote about. So Friday nights, there's just a vibe.
That vibe is gone.
Really?
or
See, I
that, or
still
that
got
vibe
it.
is confused.
Well,
how-
maybe, like I said, let's circle back. Maybe
Right.
we're losers now.
No, we're not losers.
You know, I mean, but we're on that precipice, I think.
Precipice.
Yeah, you like
Yes,
that?
yes,
That's
we're
what,
on
when
it.
you feel like a loser, you bust out a big word. So I wrote about what would happen if, how would I handle a nuclear situation?
How uplifting.
I know. Well, you got to think about this because I am not going to be one of those people in line waiting, evacuation route. You know, all of the ding-dongs that throw everybody in the car and they're waiting 4 hours and they don't even know what for. And they're arrows. They're following the arrows out of town.
Let me tell you something. If
Yeah.
it comes to that, I'm just going to hope I'm shingling the roof with a martini in my hand.
I know that. I know you feel, and hopefully your skin will melt off quickly.
Whoosh.
That's terrible.
So-
no way. I have my Chef Boyardee. I'm headed to the mountains, like the Wolverines.
Like they always say.
Head north.
Head north. Get up that hill. All
That's
right.
what they say.
Well,
whoever they are.
On that uplifting note,
Yeah.
here's another Rhode Island story for you. This is beautiful. Rhode Island casinos are relaxing the smoking limitations now. So, at least for the moment, Bally's this month lifting the no smoking rules in their Lincoln and Tiverton casinos.
Hey, Jeanette,
That's exactly right.
get me another roll of quarters for this one-armed bandit.
Unbelievable.
You know, that's pretty
And then all
terrible.
the TV commercials show like these millennials dancing and having a great time, and then you go to these places and like people are hooked up
Bananas.
to
Yeah.
oxygen tanks and
Speaking of which, did you hear about that lady that blew up? She blew herself up?
No.
She was on an oxygen machine.
where was this?
Rhode Island somewhere.
I didn't see
Rhode
that.
Island or Mass. I'm almost
Well,
positive.
I don't even know what day it is, so
Well,
I mean,
that's true. I'm almost positive. This 60-year-old woman, she's on oxygen.
no.
Yeah.
Would she light a cigarette?
She sure
lit up
did.
a smoke?
Yeah, she did.
Oh my
And
goodness.
she blew up her place.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that a terrible
Did
way to
anybody
go?
else get hurt? Or is she
As far as I know, and they found her body in the back of the room, so she must have been blown off.
like who's that director? Michael Bay?
Yeah, she was blown off her chair.
Oh my
And they-
goodness.
I know.
Where's Nana?
It's so bad. It reminds me of a Clark Griswold moment.
Yeah.
You know, when they put, what's her face, on the roof of the car.
Aunt Edna.
Aunt Edna. That's an Aunt Edna moment.
Where's
Terrible.
Nana? She's in the back of the room.
She's-
Ba-boom.
She's in the back. Terrible. So moral of the story, don't smoke if you're on oxygen.
Let's talk a little bit
That's
about
a good tip.
Yeah, it is. Let's talk a little bit about daylight savings.
Oh,
all right,
yes.
which just happened last week. As you know, you spring forward and you fall
I
back.
thought of you on Sunday morning
Why?
because I was.
At least you knew it was Sunday.
I did. Well, yeah, I was manually turning the hands back on the clocks because I don't have a smart microwave or a smart stove, and I've got a TikToker above in the kitchen.
TikTok.
A TikToker, so I had to change that.
Okay.
I had to, turn the thing.
But
back.
you didn't stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning to do it.
No,
I always wonder if anybody ever does that.
no.
They specifically say at 2 o'clock in the morning you turn your like what? Why?
I don't
Who
know.
chose
Yeah,
that?
because it's the same people that probably chose the license plates.
Probably.
They just make up crazy crap.
Well, here, what it really means to
Crazy crap.
permanently stay on daylight saving time, and it looks like it's moving in that direction.
This is not a good idea.
Is it well thought out? Doesn't seem to be. It almost seems to be a knee jerk. Lawmakers, constituents saying, "I'm sick and tired of this," and bump, 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 bump. But is it beneficial to stay?
But who says that? Everybody complains about everything. So was there this mass wave of people that went to Congress and said with signs, change daylight saving? I mean, because it just seems out of nowhere, out of all of the things that need to get fixed and all
And
of
this
the
is the
issues
stuff we're worried
that we
about.
have going on in the world,
Mm-hmm.
Congress, decided that they were going to change. Well, why?
Well, I don't know if they're looking at
Something
it.
is funny about this whole thing.
But take into consideration what's going to happen on the East Coast here. Let's take Christmas, for instance.
Okay.
Okay? Christmas.
Yeah.
As we get into the winter.
Yeah.
Kids love to wake up on Christmas morning to open up their presents, right?
Sure.
Guess what? They're going to have to wait until about 8 o'clock in the morning for the sun to come up on Christmas.
Yeah,
8:15, the sun will come up in where we are.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like it's thought out. And hasn't there been a study released recently that suggests it's not healthy, or it can create depression?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, no, a ton of experts have.
are these lawmakers listening to this?
Well, no, they're just going ahead with this, and you have to wonder. I mean, what kind of money is involved? Because you follow money, everything's about money and power, money. So, who's the benefit of this and this whole thing? Because tons of experts are coming out of the woodwork saying you guys got it wrong. Actually, if you're going to keep anything permanent, it's
the other way around.
It's the other way around. We're not springing forward. We got to fall back. Then you leave it there. And so, I don't know, why or how or who put this forth, how this whole thing got started.
So yes.
In the middle of the Ukraine war,
right.
Potentially World War III, they get this done in Congress.
Hazel's
and we thank you.
Hazel's very upset.
Yeah, we thank you for it. Well, she won't be able to poop in daylight.
She'll be all stood.
She'll be all mixed up.
Yep, she's all mixed
and
up.
she'll probably poop on your living room floor like honey.
No,
Remember when I brought that foster dog in?
I unfortunately
remember. The foster dog took a huge dump right in the middle of Ron's Oriental rug, beautiful rug, in the dining room.
It wasn't pleasant.
In the dining room.
No, I think it was a living room, but anyway, who cares?
It was smelly, too. Yeah. It was a bad one.
So listen, while we won't be experiencing darkness at 4:30 p.m. anymore, at least on our coast, everything comes with a price. Still going to be plenty of darkness, only it's going to happen in the morning.
It's dark in here.
Yeah, but that can be equally as depressing.
I agree.
Leave it alone. Leave it be. As the great philosopher Popeye said, leave well enough alone.
Okay.
And that's how I feel about
Popeye said that.
Changing that stuff. I gave props to Dolly Parton in the commentary in
You wrote about that.
.com. I said, hey, you know what, Dolly? Good for you. I like Dolly Parton.
Oh, I love her. I think she's awesome.
To me, she's an okay performer. And I had to spin country music when I first got into the business on WHIM, the country giant. And that's when country was just crossing over. So she was huge. She was big at the time, but still it was like, you would segue a song, a stop set. You'd go from like Willie Nelson or Ernest Tubb into Dolly Parton. It was like a train wreck, when two worlds collide. But she's cool. I think Dolly Parton is cool.
Well, let's
Ringo Starr's cool.
Yeah, well, here's the deal with Dolly Parton is what I think makes her most unique is that in a world full of people who are completely empty on the inside and it's all about the outside. For Dolly Parton, oddly enough, the reverse is true, though she's the first one to say, I've had 1 million procedures. She's so real inside that no matter what she does to her outside, for whatever reason, I mean, as plastic as she says that she is, and how many boob jobs and nose jobs and facelifts and everything, she's beloved because she's real.
Yeah.
Isn't that so ironic?
Well,
she's loved because she's real, and externally
she's fake.
Right,
for the
and
most
most people are loved because they're fake on the outside, and they got nothing going on inside. Yeah. So it's just a really ironic thing, but I was introduced to Dolly Parton by my mom. Well, not physically, but I mean her music.
I thought you met her.
No. My mom used to play her 8-track tape in the Cougar. My mom had an blazing orange Cougar.
I thought your mom was a Cougar.
No. Oh. And she would play this white cassette, Dolly Parton, Here You Go Again, or Here You Go, or Come Again, whatever.
Come Again.
And then The Coat of Many Colors.
Yep.
And of course, Jolene.
I
used to love that. The Coat of Many Colors is a beautiful song.
So Dolly's in the news because she took herself out of contention for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Because she said she doesn't think she deserves it.
Wow.
Now, here's my whole thing with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What are you doing letting in people who aren't in the rock and roll realm?
Well, is John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band there?
I don't believe so.
I was going to say, because that's a band that doesn't deserve it.
Well,
right?
Isn't that more local than it is national?
But, I'm just saying.
I'll give you a couple of great, for instances. What is Joan Baez? Where's her position? Why is she in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Why is Neil Diamond in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? You want to call it the Music Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
But rock and roll? Dolly Parton, rock and roll? She did say this, though. She said she understands she would be willing, if the Hall of Fame would be willing to consider me again if I'm ever worthy. She said, but it has inspired me to record a rock and roll album, which is something I've always wanted to do. So we'll see. We'll see if Dolly can rock it.
Okay, well, listen, Dolly Parton she's so talented, she can do anything. I really think that she could pull off. In fact, she just had some huge gospel, some Christian music was floating around with her voice in it, and it just makes the song just pops.
Okay.
When she's back there doing
I think
her thing.
if this inspires her to do something out of her comfort zone, hey, why not? I think that's great.
Well, how old is she now?
She's got to be in her 70s, right?
70. Is she low 70s or high 70s?
I think maybe 72. I'll look it up when you get into Jen's News.
I was going to say 72.
I'm going to say 72 once you get into Jen's News. Now,
okay.
Lastly,
yeah.
The price at the pump's been going down a few shekels here and there.
Really?
So it's holding steady. It's down like 8 cents over the past few days.
Oh. Okay.
And these things are popping up all over the place, these Joe Biden stickers on the gas pumps.
Yeah, but people are getting Joe Biden supporters, though. They're ripping them off, and they're taking their lipstick and doing the thing
and Biden supporters would take down the,
Let's go Brandon. They knock them down. Right. People are going crazy out there.
If you don't know what we're talking about, there's these little stickers of Joe Biden that are popping up with him
They're
like this,
funny.
Pointing at the price of the gas.
Says, I did that.
I did that with a big smile on his face. So have you bumped into one yet?
Everywhere.
Yeah, they are.
I see them all over the place.
They're just about everywhere.
And it always makes me laugh. It's not funny. I'm not happy about what I have to pay, but it's just so crazy.
Hey, if anything can tick down the price, the pain at the pump. If you're standing there at $4.29 a gallon, if it gives you a little chuckle, hey, why not?
Why not?
Why not? So
that's what I say.
That's what I got today.
Why not? That's it.
And now it's time for Jen's News.
It is. It's time for Jen's News. Jen's News. What is Jen's News? Jen's News is stuff that you might not hear.
Not mainstream stuff.
Right, unless you tuned in to this wacky little thing we got going on.
Or the radio program.
Or the radio program.
Oh, and we wanted to mention before we throw it to Jen's News, we're also on once a week, and this is live, on Mondays. We're on Mike Stenhouse's In the Dugout. We actually are the co-hosts, and he comes along for the ride and chimes in and stuff.
And we sharpen our teeth, we chew the fat.
More meat and potato.
Yeah, we got new stuff that we talk about.
So if you want to watch that, it's live.
Like Jussie Smollett.
Yep, starts at 4:00 on Monday afternoons, and it's on OceanStateCurrent.com.
Yeah.
Okay, so check it out.
Or just check out our Facebook pages.
Yes.
Because we'll always, and the show starts at 4 p.m. on Mondays. It's live. It's a 1-hour live show. So
it's a podcast. He says, don't call it a show.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So if you would like to hear some of the things that we talk about, in a more serious tone, that's cool too. So you can find us there. All right. In Jen's News this week, Play-Doh.
She's 76.
She's 76. She better make that album. I'm just saying. She better make that album. We don't want to, slowing down.
I love the smell of Play-Doh.
Play-Doh. You ate Play-Doh. Everybody's tried Play-Doh. You know what? And it's salty. There's something going on in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not food.
It smells great. Tastes terrible.
It's not food, kids.
No.
Not food. Play-Doh is coming to the big screen.
How do you do that?
It's being molded into a movie.
Oh, I get that. I see where you went there.
Hasbro and E1 are teaming to create an animated film based on this iconic toy. Oscar-nominated writer Emily Gordon, The Big Sick. I don't know that movie.
Oh, I remember. I saw that.
Is creating the script, and John M. Chu is producing and may direct.
God bless you.
Yes. So far, there's no word on the plot or any voice casting
if there is
or
one.
anything. There's nothing. It's in development. Hey, how about this? Is crazy. I never thought that I would see. I really did not think that I would see this. CD sales rise for the first time in almost 20 years.
And you wonder how places like Best Buy feel about that, because they took all the CDs out of there.
Do you know what? They took video games. They took CDs. I mean, I used to
love...
Those
bastards.
Yeah, I used to love going in those places and shopping for stuff like that. Now you have to go to, is it Fi? And Strawberries is long gone, right?
Oh, long gone.
And Music World at Lincoln Mall, that closed like 40 years ago.
Long gone.
That was
with the Beat Bond.
Yeah, that was a good place, Music World. I used to go there quite a bit. Vinyl outsold CDs in 2020 for the first time since 1991. I actually got an album for Christmas. No record player.
You got nothing to play it on.
But I got the album.
What album?
It's Peanuts songs. It's classic Peanuts songs.
You should be grateful you don't have a player. Oh my God, that song. Oh. It's terrible. No, enough.
Anyway, so I got that album with no record player, but a new report shows CD sales are uprun, and they may soon give vinyl LPs a run for their money. New data from the Recording Industry Association of American shows that CD sales in the U.S. increased for the first time, rising from 31.6 million in 2020 to 46.6 million in 2021.
Wow.
I'm stunned by this.
Well, they're convenient for the most part.
Yeah, but with Spotify and what does that tell you? This is why you need to listen to our radio show.
Check out the Facebook page.
And check out the Facebook. Because people are going back to stuff that brings them back to somewhere else so that they can feel okay. And a lot of the technology, it just strings you, makes you crazy sometimes. But meanwhile, vinyl sales hit 39.7 million units in the U.S. in 2021. Gen Zers could partially be driving the sales of physical media as they're reportedly doing things like ditching their AirPods in favor of vintage weird headphones.
Wow.
So that means that stuff that, like the Walkman headphones, that Michael J. Fox wore, and all of the what the hell is this movie's called? Come on, Michael J. Back to the Future. Thank God. What the heck? And most people, Ron, if it's time, it's that I know. Listen, I forget things. It's that time of year. Most people say spring cleaning. Do you like to clean?
It's therapeutic. I like to clean certain things. I despise cleaning other things.
Like what things?
I don't mind vacuuming,
Yeah.
but I hate doing the bathrooms. I
Really?
just don't like doing the bathrooms.
Oh, I love doing all the deep clean.
Oh, I'll tell you something.
Get all that nasty pubic hair out of there.
No windows.
Well, guys that leave tons
no
of
windows. I don't like cleaning windows.
You have people come and do that for you.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Since we put in all Anderson windows, we do it ourselves. Because they fold in, so they're very easy.
Does
to
Patty
clean.
make you do that twice a year?
Nope, she does that.
Oh.
But I get stuck with the bathrooms.
Well, anyway,
and
listen.
Poo Patrol.
Well, that's good. That's a good place for you there, pals. Some people say that spring cleaning improves their well-being.
Yeah.
And I agree. I totally agree. Spring is almost here. Sunday actually is the first. Well, actually, by the time this rolls, the first day of spring will have been this past Sunday.
As we record this today, we might be looking at record temperatures, 72 degrees.
That's right. Folks will soon have to tackle some spring cleaning, get all under those baseboards, and some hate it, but others believe that the seasonal clean is good for your noggin. 72% of those polled say spring cleaning helps improve their well-being. 78% feels that there's a link between how tidy their home is and their well-being. Now, that is true. A dirty house makes your mind nuts. Well, it does for me.
That is true.
Doesn't it? I mean, that's how I feel. And then when there's too much stuff everywhere, the house feels like
this office.
Yeah. No, I love this office. This is a good